Hi members of the AJGA, Sean Foley here at Foley Performance Academy. I have a 58-degree wedge, and what I want to show you is when you watch the golfers on TV, you'll see so many different trajectories and spins and velocities around the green as far as some players chip using their body and their arms, some players chip using their hands. You're going to be one or the other and you can become good at all, but ideally what I want you to understand is how many different shots you can hit by changing your setup alone. So once again, as we always do, we always have an intent. So the intent is that I want the ball to land in this square, so that's always going to be part of my focus. So if you look here, I'm going to go the most, call it Phil Mickelson in my setup. So I'm going to play the ball as far back as possible. I'm going to play my hands forward. Now this setup will incentivize me to hit a shot that comes out low and running. I like that setup when I need to guarantee contact. So if you're playing all over the country, you'll notice at different parts of the country there's different types of grasses. Well, we're here in Florida where it gets really grainy and it gets into the grain a lot. So the one thing I want to ensure is contact. So it doesn't matter to me how far I have to play that thing back, knowing that I want to hit the ball first. So now I'm going to play the ball back into the same spot but with the hands not as far forward. Okay, that ball comes off a little softer than before because what happens is when I start to de-loft the club, I'm going to transfer more energy from the club into the golf ball because there's less loft. So that versus that is going to have quite a different ball speed even at the same club head speed. Okay, now I'm going to go the most stock neutral. So basically shaft is neutral, ball position's neutral, and now from here making the same movement. Okay, now that ball came off the softest so far. And then I'm going to go to the softest possible flight, which is ball forward with the shaft back. Now from here, that's almost come off completely like a lob shot, but I didn't really need to be overly fancy and have too much travel in the golf club. So understand, there's going to be a massive difference in the shot you can hit from here. And basically from here, all I'm doing is kind of keeping this wedged in and not letting my hand angles change. And then when I play the ball forward and get the shaft more neutral to laying back, if I keep the hand angles the same, I'm going to have a completely different. So you can see if you look at these four balls, the last one is the shortest, the second last one is just ahead of it, all the way to the first one where I had the ball the most back with the least amount of loft. Those are the differences in distance that those balls traveled. So when you're practicing, don't worry so much about trying to swing in 1,000 different ways. Play around with your setup as much as you can, and you need to be curious in order to inspire growth. And knowing that the more you start to play around with it, you'll see that with one setup, you're probably the most consistent. So your practice can show you which shot you need to use the most often.